Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's career mode. We're on episode 38. I've been busy behind the scenes trying to go through and prepare the dossiers for the new season, and then also made a couple discoveries as I was going through. First and foremost, I've got 11 expiring contracts. Of course, we already have a pretty bloated team, but we're now into that cycle of 3-year contracts that we're always pushing for. And the first expiration of the large group of guys that we signed on are done. They're wrapping up. And of course, that first year, we really had a group of riders that we had access to that just really weren't good enough. They were either too old already, but had some potential, or they really didn't have great potential. I mean, we were in a bind that first season, and we got what we could get. Well, out of those 11, I'm actually only planning on retaining 2 of those. And at least one of those wasn't from that first year. We just did a 2-year cycle on him. So the first one we're looking at is Galvez, and I don't know why I'm not seeing Galvez's name on here. So that's worrying. Do I have filters? Oh, I do have filters. Okay, let's clear those and search. All right, so we have Galvez. He already has high interest. It's only going to cost us 4 points to go after him and re-sign him. He's still only 22 years of age, a 73 overall, so he's developed fairly well in the, I think, 2 seasons. He was about a 68 or 69 when we signed him. So even though he didn't have the greatest potential, Classics riders are the hardest thing for us to come by in the nations that we represent. All of the strong Classics nations are completely unreachable for us, so we've got to always keep an eye out for those Classics riders and see if we can add them in when and where we can. So at 4 points, that's a no-brainer. The other one was actually one of the worst riders that we signed when we signed him, but he was high potential, and we've seen him develop at a much faster rate, and that's Cristiano Faitosa. He's still only a 70 overall, but he's also just 21 years of age, and he's also just 2 points in order to get him out there and get after him. So we still have 24 points left, 9 expiring contracts, so that's fantastic. It won't be that hard to go out and find some replacements, and I've got a pretty hefty list of big time targets and minor targets that we want to get after. And then, of course, as always, with the limitations that we have as the World Cycling Center, there's a lot of talented riders that I just can't get after. But the big discovery that I've made, even though we are nowhere near maxing out what our potential budget is, my staff salaries in particular are pretty dang high. And we're not in big time races, so we're not earning a ton of money. And long story short, if you look at the balance there in the bottom left corner, it's negative. We have a negative balance. I've never had a negative balance in this game, and I've not been paying attention to it this season so far, especially when we are so far below budget. And yet we are still losing, and that's the staff salaries. So I think I'm going to have to maybe let a couple scouts go, back off on that, maybe let a trainer go and back off on that so we're not paying as much, and then see what we can do development-wise. I mean, we have the riders coming back to potentially make World Tour next season, and then that will definitely increase revenue as we start competing in bigger, better races. And of course, this season, we've barely made any World Tour races because we were Continental a year ago. We have no reputation, and so nobody's giving us invites. Woe is us on that, but it is what it is, and we've got to try to get through these seasons. And yeah, with a negative balance, we are in a world of trouble right now. And you could point to the bloated contracts and go, oh, wait. No. It's not bloated contracts. Remember, it's small contracts. We have a bloated team. We have too many riders overall as we're searching for the diamonds in the rough and going for those. And for that, yes, there's waste. There's guys that have barely raced a week into May now through the first 4 months of the season. but they're on tiny little contracts overall. And again, we're way below what our budget is. It's the staff salaries that are matching the rider salaries right now, and that's what's hurting us. So yeah, we need to do something about that. And I'm going to go ahead and assign our dossier points, and then let's continue on. So I have this window that at a certain time of day, and of course recently with everything I've had going on, this is not what I would want to be recording, but with everything I've had going on, it's when I've been able to record. We have no blinds at all in the house at this point, and this window, which reveals nothing. I mean, it reveals the roof of the house next door, and that's all. So, there's no impact on that part, but it does at this certain time of day just shine right in on me. And at the moment, the sun is sitting right behind the gap in the window pane, whatever you call that, the frame of part of the window. So it's very much shining in my face and my eyes, and I'll have to figure something out with that. But anyway, we continue on. Vuelta Asturias. Last time out, we did stage 1, and Berlikov claimed victory on stage 1 and leads the race overall. Now, stage 2, as you can see, is punchy. Stage 3 is punchy, but it's going to be an easy stage 3. Now, there's only one rider who is within 45 seconds of Berlikov, who leads the race overall, meaning there's really only one rider who could challenge us potentially right now, and that is Jonathan Narvaez. Jonathan Narvaez in real life of Ineos, in game not with Ineos any longer. He's with one of those new sponsorship kind of teams that came along. So we've got to keep an eye out for him. Gonzalo Sabial, the last rider who needs to come forward for us, and he's doing so now. Gap, I've got to keep an eye on it at 3:16 because it's going to be completely up to us to control the Peloton as the leaders of this race. With that final climb, I don't expect there to be any time gaps. I think we'll have an easy time with Berlikov unless he ends up with, -4, -5, and then I might go, uh-oh. But right now, no worries. No worries on that part. So, one contender to watch out for. Narvaez is punchy, so we do need to be careful. Got to watch out for him. But otherwise, easy time. We ride for Berlikov for the overall, not for the stage. Mark Guerrero would be the best support rider on that. And then who is the most well-rounded? You have Kakovci. Lukshi's is punchy, but not great. Isakov looking really good, so there you go. And Kakovci. Okay, we're already set up here. Gap now 5 minutes. That's enough to get things moving. Who's okay on the flat? Not Gonzalo Sabial. Not Kovalevsky. Lukshi's your job to keep those guys away, which means Kyakovci, even though you are nice and well-rounded. How is Martin Guerrero? Oh, yeah, he's better. So, protect Isakov, and there's your 3 guys to ride for, and Lukshi's. Keep this gap at the front. Now holding at 5 minutes. I'm fine with that. Roughly holding at 5 is good. Take that. 6 riders in that break. It's not going to be easy for one man to try to pull them back, but we can absolutely sacrifice him. He's 14.5 minutes down. Speed things up for a bit. First climb, the hardest climb of the day is done, but the second category 2, that's steep for, 3/4 of it, and then it just eases off near the top. Nice long descent to recover, and then a short little punchy hill, and then a steep but short category 2 at the end of this one with a bit of a descent finish. Not thinking about stage win. Like I said, this is about GC now. This is about giving Berlikov the overall. We're inside 100K, but we're going to need to get water. Let's get Gonzalo Sabial on that task, and then we will have to do so again before too long. So we're now at 90K. Going up this Category 3. Okay, that's done. 80k to go. Gap's now at 340. And Luke Shees is hanging on. And he's actually getting help. But he's contributing, so other teams are willing to contribute. They're thinking about the stage. Okay, 60k. Let's get the water before it's too late because we've got that climb coming up. Start to slow down. ×4 speed. Gonzalez Albia. He's got such a terrible flat rating. He really struggles to make it back. And even though we sent him, 13, 14k ago, he still hasn't made it back. Berlikov, our big climber, is way back here. Speed that up a little bit. Look, she's returning towards the front now, but he's been off the back for a while. Peloton's down to 60 riders. This is good. This is good. We're also seeing a big uptick in tempo by some of these guys as we actually go to reach the top. Okay, Gonzalez Albiol got dropped. And that entirely down to trying to get water and never actually getting water. Lukshi's is about to get dropped. Kovalevsky is about to get dropped. And then that leaves me 4 guys. A small peloton. Kukovchi is in trouble. Berlikov, 80. Martin Guerrero, 80. Isakov, protect. Let them chase on. There's a little gap potentially forming here. Got to watch out for that. Luckily, there's some guys to bring that back. These 3 are fairly fresh. Kukovchi got dropped. And we are down to 3. And we're down to 33 in the peloton. Gap still 2.5 minutes to the front here with 43k to go. We never did get water that last time, but it looks like Gonzalez Albiol did make it far enough to make it to Berlikov. So Berlikov, the key man, did get his water. Sucks that the others didn't, but he got his. Yeah, how's that gap? Still coming down, 2:15. These guys are chasing hard enough. We don't have to worry about doing the chasing. Kukovchi recovering in the group just behind us. They're only a little over 20 seconds down. And that's to the front, so they're only a handful of bike lengths behind. Yeah. Maybe 10 bike lengths between the back of this group and front of that group. But it is opening up a little bit. Now 10 seconds further back. 30k to go. 145 on the gap. Have to keep this to see. It's pretty blinding. I don't know how many riders are left in that front as they are definitely split. We're back to 50. Kukovchi. Kukovchi needs to go straight to the front. Can he find a gap to get through these guys? He's not finding a gap very well. Finally, he does. Okay, 20k to go. As we approach that category 2, we will definitely sprint train those final 3, leading out Berlikov, of course. 41 chasing 3, still 1:45. I'm not sure we're going to catch those 3. Is that Guillaume Martin? Looks like it is. Let's see here. Forster. No, not Guillaume.
The riders are entering the last 15 kilometers of the stage.
Yeah, those guys aren't that strong. We'll pull them back fairly quickly, but 1.5 is going to be difficult with just one climb. We won't gain much on the descent at all. 14k. I'm waiting for the climb to make our move on that part. We'll pull back a lot of time. I have a feeling those guys are going to hang on for the stage. Wow, what's the gap in the overall? 10 minutes. No worries. Like I said, we're not worried about the stage anyway. So, let's do this. Let's get ready. Take a look at the profile. we're already only 6K to the top, so it's about a 3.5, 4 kilometer climb. We don't want to go too fast. Say like a 91. Gel up for Isakov. Kikovci. Okay, 5K to go. All right. Kikovci did his job, which was just work us towards the front before the climb. Isakov finds the gap. Oh, Berlikov, come on.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
58 seconds. We're pulling those guys back very, very quick. 3.7K, 8%. Which means, yeah, there's a lot of work to pull them back, but those guys are very tired and not great climbers, and this thing is steep, and Isakov is doing his job well. 2K to go. Oh, I clicked on Martin Guerrero, not Berlikov, but okay, fine. We gel up for both of them. Isakov trying to hang on to the back a little bit. Down to 12. Down to 12 as we approach the top. Martin Guerrero, push, 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 push. Down to 10, down to 11, down to 6. Romano tacking over the top. Down to 4. Romano is with us, but who is the 4th?
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
All right, Pentir, or however you pronounce that thing. Berlikov following behind, ready to attack, ready to sprint. Martin Guerrero just giving it his all. 2.5K. He's going to sprint now. Berlikov. Pause. See that map. Where's our finish line? Okay, you got a left-hander. A left-hander right now, straight in, and then a left-hander right before the finish. So we want to be on the left-hand side of the road for Berlikov. Final kilometer, so sprint, Berlikov, sprint. That was not where I wanted you going. Huh? That's a right-hander. He'll get 3rd, though. He'll get 4 more seconds.
And it's a superb sprint win for Paris.
He's no sprinter, so. I love how it's a superb win for Peloton. That didn't help with my pronunciation at all. I heard was Peloton. All right. Well, we grabbed 3rd and 4th on the stage. Yes, we give the stage away. My guys aren't sprinters. It's fine. I love how the profile on paper showed left-hander, and then you got that big right-hander right in the finish line. Okie dokie. Sure. But it was worth 4 seconds. We beat João Rodriguez. He couldn't keep up with us. Vliegen, Toynes. Narvaez takes 8th on the stage. That's going to open that gap a little further because there was definitely a gap behind us. Isakov was 12th on the stage, so a good result for him. And again, that all opens it up a little bit further, makes it a little more comfortable with the final stage, and the final stage is the easiest of the 3. Thank you, Clouds. Hey, I have a normal face again. Quick switch over to another race that we should be able to just pick up in the final kilometers if only we had guys capable of getting through this thing easily enough. Breakaway has 5 minutes, there's only 5 riders, and there's a lot of kilometers left to cover as we hit the big climb of the day, but then we've got 4 more short little punchy climbs to get through. If we can get through these without trouble, then we're set up for a sprint finish. And if we're set up for a sprint finish, then my sprinters, might have a slight chance. Oh, come on, Clouds. You're right there. I can kind of see you through that bright orb in the sky that you're there. Well, anyway, it's Eschborn-Frankfurt, one of the few World Tour races that we actually got an invite. So few that we've gotten an invite for. So we need to take advantage of it because A, it's worth more money than the regular races are. B, there's no expectations, but if we can crack the top 10 or even top 5 with our sprinters, which, let's face reality, we're not good enough to do much. But if we can do a little, if we can get that top 10 or even a top 5, then the payout should be fairly decent. It's going to be worth some points. Good things will come. And when we're totally broke, That'll help. That'll help. Speaking of totally broke, so we just started the month. All those staff members, if we release them now, we've already paid for the month. So we need to remember and release them right at the end of the month. Good luck to me remembering that. But that's the goal. That's the objective. 102 riders here. I have no idea how much energy we have, but it looks like I see a lot of yellow, but I can't tell. 97k to go. I'm going to need to get water. At least they're not like starving for it at the moment. Gap to the breakaways at 3 minutes. Top left on my screen. That is very difficult to see right now. I should be wearing sunglasses. Get all those YouTubers that go for style points by wearing sunglasses. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's going to have to be me out of necessity. That or, you know, put some blinds up. Yep, they're thirsty. They're thirsty. Rivera, go take care of it. Ooh, Arroyo punctured, but got that taken care of fast enough. He's returning to the front. Okay, minute 40 now to the break, and only one climb to go after this one. And the yellow is looking pretty dang good. Yes, it is. So, we're in good shape. 51k to go. That was the one and only time we needed to get water today. It's a quick, easy stage. I like that. I was worried that these climbs could be a little difficult for our poor, terrible climbing sprinters. But no, it was okay. They made it. Let's speed this up so we're ready to go into the run-in. The 5 are struggling now, half minute ahead, 27k. Peloton splitting at the moment. This could be really, really good for us. 36. Currently, yeah, there's oh, big crash. Wouter's caught up in it. So this is good. This is good. 40 riders at the front, and we are about to turn it on. This could give us that chance for that top 10, because if you have sprinters caught out, right? That's exactly what we need. 16k. It's coming back together a little bit, but, you know, here we are. Aribe's in good shape. Sato's in good shape. You got to ride Aribe, and then Sato, and then, I don't know, after that. I think it's not Arroyo. Where is it? Pluto? No, Arnautovic. And then Pluto for the flat rating, and then Arroyo. Or do you swap those two? Swap those two. Okay, flat rating, Roman, Rivera, similar. Rivera's looking a little better than Roman. And maybe we just bump Pluto. Yes, bump Pluto. He's already at the front anyway, and fatigued. Arnautovic, the one I'm a little bit worried about. We'll have to keep an eye on him if we can. Pluto, 92, 90. Wait for your teammates to get up here. There you go, there you go, there you go. Okay, now you can... Going hard and fast, 12k to go. I just cannot see his red bar. That top left corner where I'm looking at this. So sorry. Added challenges. I like the game to be challenging. This is not what I meant by that, but you know, it works. It works. Pluto's done, so we'll just leave him be. We're lapping somebody. Keep that pressure on. Keep that pressure on. Roman is still there. Let's try to get him onto the back to break toe. Rivera is going to take over at a 95. It's still 6k to go. We're down to 4 guys. So the 95, I think, is what we're going to have to kind of keep up with for a little bit. Yeah, others are coming now, though, because we're only pushing the 95. But we're now at 3.7. So let's push a little harder there, Rivera. Push a little harder. Do not get swallowed up by the other teams, please. Okay, on to Arroyo. 2.5. It's too late for their gels, but it is what it is. Start your sprint because you're not fast. You got the inside track for this right-hander. There you go. There you go, Arroyo. Nicely done. Give it the fraction of a second. There we go. Now Sato. Sato inside the final K, and Uribe is going to get a good lead out. He's not going to win, folks. He is not going to win, okay? But at 800 meters, he's in a strong position. He's going to finish near the front. These guys behind him, they're a little too fast. Caleb Ewan, Kwiatkowski, Schachman. Who else is out here? Oh gosh, here comes Bennett, Gourmet, Bedial, Basca, Almeida, Ayuso, Nizzolo. Okay, but we're not beating Ewan. We're not beating Bennett. But I think we still have a shot at a top 5. We're in the right position for it. Come on, Uribe. Come on, Uribe. Come on, Uribe. Where's your speed, buddy? Those guys are not all that much faster than you. 12th. And Uribe. By the way, 800 meters is all he had to go. And he ran out of the red bar well before the finish. I need an improvement to my sprint team. Jeez, Sato was 16th. Arroyo was 19th. Rivera was 23rd. And Uribe barely cleared those guys. We set him up perfectly. Ewan was only 6th. Nizzolo, Bennett, 8th and 9th. Tish Benut, the Wolf. I mean, okay, let's be honest. There's guys that were better than us. Like I said, we're not going to win. We're not going to beat those guys. But Uribe should have cracked the top 10 anyway. Still, 12th. It's worth a few points. It's worth a little bit of money. Not a bad showing for a non-sprint team in a sprint finish. In a World Tour level sprint finish. But next season, hopefully, we'll start to get a sprinter leveling up a little bit. Sato's close, but he's only 2 better on the resistance than Uribe, so he has got to get a couple levels in him. And Uribe is going to be gone, by the way. This is Uribe's last season, and then we are letting him go. Sato is definitely his replacement. Japanese for Japanese, like for like. But I'd still need more than just Sato, and I still need improvement. One stage left to go in Vuelta Asturias, but that's all the time that I've got for this one. And, I can't see much anyway. And I've got to get ready in about 10 minutes for a soccer game. Football, yeah. Second of the weekend. Still busy. But I'm there or thereabouts on catching up on things. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.